Why are racists so obsessed with black women? I don't get it. Why? Random post I came across. White, pretty, queen, black, ugly, slave. Well, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? For starters, that's a model. She's beautiful as hell. What are you talking about? You're just jealous. This is, I think, an Asian woman who posted this. So do these Asian racist type of people think that they're white? Is that what's going on? You think you're white? Oh my God, bro. Listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. In my eyes, she's prettier than her. Okay. But even, why even make a comparison? I'm pretty sure these two ladies don't know each other. They have no beef with each other. Two sides of two different sides of the world. So why do you feel the need to compare black women? What's your beef with black women? What have they done to you? Huh? Most black women I know have no issue with Asian girls or Asian people. They don't care. They're just doing their business, doing their thing, far from you. But for some reason, you want to degrade them, call them ugly. That's a supermodel, mate. Okay? She's not ugly, and I don't think she cares who you are. Yeah? She's doing more successful things than you, and you're hiding behind an account. That's crazy to still. They think they're white. You're not white. You're Asian. Yeah? Those white folks will tell you, no, you're not like us, bro. And you're trying to kiss up to them. Yeah, we're in the same category. We're white adjacent. Jesus Christ. Now, this obsession needs to be studied. Why are they obsessed with black women? Eh? Why do you need to degrade black women? They're beautiful. Yeah? You're jealous. You just show your jealousy because they're beautiful. They're doing their thing in peace. They're not coming after you, nothing. Yeah? Absolutely crazy. And of course, don't say it in the comments. I know not all Asian women are like this jealousy, whatever this is. Yeah, so I know I'm not lumping all them. I'm just saying this type of people. Why are you posting some random person you don't know and calling them ugly and a slave because they're black? It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, this is why I keep saying to black folks out there, we have no friends. We have to be very, very careful. Yeah, and by friends I don't mean individuals. I mean as a collective, we don't have friends, right? Many of them, this is how they see us for some reason, for no reason. But what's our women done to you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you're just saying stuff like that. Granted, you have your own opinion, you have your own beauty standards. Cool. Yeah. If you don't find this attractive, that's totally fine. Why can't you focus on this beauty standard and forget about this? Yeah, this is somewhere across the world, far from you. Okay. So why are you why do you feel the need to belittle people with melanin far from you, not even anywhere near your society? I think it's crazy. What do you guys think? Absolutely crazy this is.
This is what I don't really understand. I mean, if someone have their own beauty standards, that's completely fine to them. But why go out your way to insert, a random black woman who has done absolutely nothing to you? Like, why? Why compare two strangers just to spread the hate against black people? That's the part that never makes sense to me. Because, beauty isn't competition. Racism doesn't make anyone more attractive. The fact that you are racist to black people, it doesn't make you more attractive. Now, in today's video, we're going to look at, the different reactions this thing has sparked. We will hear from people with different, perspectives and discuss why these conversations keep happening again and again. So stick around until the end because there is a lot to unpack. There are Asians who wish they were white people, and there are even Asians who consider themselves as white people. What exactly is happening? I want to know. I want to hear your thoughts too as we dive into this video. If this is the first time, please subscribe to have more of these discussions. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end for, some discussion.
Hold on, I have to shut the door and tell you guys this. I was talking to this guy, and when I say talking, just a friend. And he's Asian and white. And he tells me, I was like, hey, are you worried about, Trump and the things that he's been saying and people going to different countries, not being able to come back into the U.S.? He dead ass looks me in the face and he says, he's not really worried because most people think he's white. I paused. The way I paused and looked at him made me realize that mixed black people are not the only ones who have that blindness to think that they don't look black. Because when he said it to me, I was like, do I correct him? He really thinks he does not look Asian. And I was looking at him dumbfounded because I was like, no, but you look Asian. So now I realize that biracial like black people are not the only ones who have that blindness. And I did not correct him because at this time I was like, I don't think he needs that lesson from me. I don't think he needs it from me.
Coming from someone who's been studying Japanese language and culture for the last 7 years, that Twitter situation is absolutely pathetic. So in Japan, there's a concept called tatemae, which is how you stand before people, and honne, which is your true feelings. This concept highlights a gap between how people feel and what they actually tell others in their social interactions. And I know you're thinking, oh, well, every culture kind of has that, right? And that's true, but to a certain extent. Like in the US, it's normal to tell your loved ones that you love them or to hear it from them every day or every time you see them. In Japan, that shit is rare. There's also a culture called hikikomori culture, which is defined as excessive social isolation and has been said to contribute to the rapidly declining birth rate. Twitter is also just full of weirdos. So having to function in that kind of social climate and being a weirdo on top of that, I actually empathize. But it still doesn't excuse what was said. Pinned down is crazy.
I'm gonna let y'all get back to the half-naked guys and half-naked girls y'all really want to look at, man, but give me 2 seconds, man. Like, I didn't know Asians wanted to be white so bad, man. I was looking at this movie Slanted, and I've been in, like, an Asian rabbit hole. You know, and I'm starting to see, like, why a lot of them don't like Chinese people. Like, when people from China come over here, they're the only ones who kind of have their own, like, I don't want to say brain, but, like, they have their own attitude of the way of doing things. Like, some would be into hip-hop, some would be into owning businesses or whatever, and treat everybody with respect. You know, other than that, it's just like a lot of racism, especially towards black people. A lot of Koreans, Filipinos, Vietnamese, they hate black people, and it's because, my theory is because we're standing shoulder to shoulder with whites and peers and friends and enemies, and you know what I mean? They're like, even the white people that hate us, they're like, they are a formidable, foe, and they have that respect for us on some Magneto, Professor Xavier stuff, but like, they want to kiss, not all of them, but a lot of them, but like, they want to kiss ass to the white man. They hate us because, like, why are y'all not kissing ass and, like, assimilating, like, the Nigerians or, like, certain Africans? It's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't know the history behind what happened here, like, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, like, all of the rebellions, Bacon's Rebellion, when the Irish and the blacks fought together. Like, they don't understand, like, the power struggle and how much they tried to beat black Americans down. But anyway, like, the movie Slanted I was watching, it's just, she thought, the girl who was playing the character, she said she thought at one point when she turned 16 or something, she was just gonna get blonde hair and be beautiful. She didn't think she was beautiful. Like, Asians are super beautiful. They have, like, long, dark, silky hair. Their eyes are beautiful, and they want to be white still. Like, that's crazy to me. So it's just, a lot of them have this fantasy of being white, and just like, if I could just be, they don't even like their own men, who I think are like super handsome. Like, them, they're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Them, they look like the women sometimes. That's why you had the lady boys in Thailand. It's like, you can't tell the difference. But they don't even want them. Is like, they want white men. They come here and they want white men, and I think that is just like psychotically like deranged or something. Like, I've never in my life fantasized about being white. I don't know. Like I said, I got to deep off into the Asian rabbit hole, man. Japanese and Chinese really can't stand each other. I kind of know the history a little bit about that, but not so deep. But yeah, man, it just was crazy to see. Like, I didn't know Asians wanted to be white this bad. Like I said, not all, Jesus, but a lot. Anyway, that's it, man. Don't be a nigga.
Do Korean wants pale skin because we want to look like white? Bro, that's the Western way to understand it. It is not. Historically, pale skin is more about class than race. If you're low class, you have to work under the sun like every single day. Of course, you got tanned, like farmers or laborers. But if you are high class, you don't have to. All you need to do is just order others to do something. You should do that shit, do that shit, do that shit. That's it. You will naturally get pale. So this beauty standard is not really about race. It's more about class, status, and social survival. And in Korean, there's a word that has captured those kind of feelings. We say 귀티나다. It means someone looks classy, elegant, high status. Not just beautiful, but also expensive looking. That's the nuance. Want to learn more Korean with me? You can follow me. Have a good day. Bye.
I used to wish I was white. Growing up, I didn't understand why I felt so different, but I remember asking myself all the time, why am I Asian? Why am I Korean? genuinely questioning it. But it was all the little things. On some days, I remember my mom would pack me lunch to go to school and people would ask me, what is that smell? Or what is that I'm eating? And not out of curiosity, but more negative. So eventually I would just stop bringing it. I would also get hit with ni hao every time I walked into a room when I'm not Chinese, I'm Korean. Like, I don't speak that language, but I know what ni hao means, but like still, why? Also, people pulling their eyes back or squinting at me. And then the stuff that wasn't even jokes. There's a huge amount of times I was called dog eater, or just people saying like, oh, you eat dogs, like all this. I had a pet dog. I love dogs. So when people said that, I actually hated that because it made me feel like a monster, when none of it was true. Oh, and when COVID came around, that was some shit too. I would get so many COVID comments. Everybody would be coughing in public. I coughed once, people were like, what the fuck? And that wasn't even the worst of it. Like, it just made me create this own guilt for myself of having relation to COVID. And COVID was such a horrible thing that happened. So yeah, that wasn't a fun time. But yeah, basically all of my life growing up, from childhood to teenage years to adult years. I mean, I still get shit now, but it's a lot different now. But yeah, after a while, especially at a younger age, it gets to you. I genuinely thought something was wrong with me. And it really made me feel like I was never enough. I even thought that I could never get a girlfriend or date anyone just because I was Asian. I'm not even kidding. I would genuinely think that anyone who looked at me would just look at me with disgust or ew and just not want to associate with me in any ways of dating. But now it's crazy because being Asian is cool now. It's trendy. We got a whole bunch of people watching anime, and these are the same people that were talking so much shit about anime. We got K-pop, we got K-dramas, we got people traveling to Japan, Korea, all these different Asian countries all the time now. People being very hyped about trying different Asian foods and cuisines, and people actually loving the culture now. And I don't question why I'm Korean or Asian anymore. I embrace it. I love it. But just thinking back to my childhood and growing up, it was a complete different story. I really wish I didn't have to hate parts of myself growing up, because I think that did shape a lot of just my thoughts then and my confidence and how I portrayed myself. And yeah, a lot of things. So it really hits different when you grew up being made fun of the same things that are praised now. But yeah, I just thought of all that right now. It's just the random thoughts I get. I think many others will relate to this as well. And this was a long video. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you watching, and, you know, comment anything that you might relate with how I grew up. And yeah, but yeah, just the thought I had.
Yeah, a lot of older Chinese people are really racist.
Oh, it's the same thing with the Mexicans.
Yeah, they're like, there's whites, there's us, and there's all of you. But somehow they're like, yeah, there's still the whites here. But then in their mind, they're like, use all the racial slurs you can think about.
Well, that's the way my grandma was. The sweetest woman I've ever met.
Oh, really?
But so racist.
Isn't it interesting? A lot of like grandmas, your memories of, oh my
know,
gosh, she
dog.
makes me meals. And she's like spitting the black person's face.
It's just
like-
deep hatred underneath. That's what's cooking the fire.
I
It's
know.
The disdain for other minorities.
The Asian community needs some serious self-reflection when it comes to racism. As you guys probably know, I moved to London 2 months ago. I live in a pretty affluent area, and let me tell you this, so far I have not seen a single Asian girl or gay guy holding hands with a black or brown person on the street or at school. In fact, almost all of them were with white dudes. A few days ago, I matched with someone from Bangladesh on a dating app. He's incredibly smart and humorous. He graduated from Imperial College, which is like one of the best universities in the world, and he's got a good paying job in technology. However, to my surprise, after we matched, his opening line was, "Thank you for liking me back. I'm aware that I may not be your preferred ethnicity, but I decided to shoot my shot anyways." At that very moment, I felt like all the dots were connecting. Why are so many Asian people actively discriminating against others with a darker color of skin, especially in the context of dating? By the way, I'm very fed up with excuses like race is highly correlated with socioeconomic status. Well, in London, which is very racially diverse, by the way, there are so many super accomplished black and brown people in banking and technology. And my observation is that many Asian girls and gay guys would rather choose a white guy with mediocre salary. My message to the Asian community is very simple. Whitewashing yourself is pathetic. Don't do it.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Now, after hearing these people sharing their views, I think let's have a talk. You see, the first post is honestly wild. I mean, imagine comparing yourself to a random black woman, innocent black woman, then inserting her for, absolutely no reason. I mean, if you think you are beautiful as an Asian, that's your opinion. Okay, that's your opinion. But why drag somebody else down? Especially someone you've never met, you never meet, you don't know them personally. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do that and call yourself white? Why are you using that to look down on somebody else down? And that doesn't make the insult less racist. It just makes the whole situation even more confusing. Because, it doesn't make sense. Somebody you've never met, you're dragging them down. Why? Now, one thing that really stands out throughout this discussion is that it's just how many people are, asking the same question. Why do some racist people seem to be so obsessed with putting black women down? It's just like, I don't know. It's like they enjoy when they do these things, but why? I mean, if black women aren't, really bothering you, why are they constantly being dragged into conversations they never started? That's what I don't really understand about, this life, about these Asians. If you have your own, preferences, your own opinions, that's completely your choice. Nobody is forcing anyone to date someone they aren't attracted to. But here's a huge difference between having a preference and going out of your way to insert an entire group of women. Okay, those are completely two different. Yes, you may marry a black person, but that may not necessarily mean you hate white people. You may marry. There are even white people who wish to marry a black person, and they do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they hate, fellow white people. It's just preference. It's just their choice. So those are two completely different things. Another point that also kept to be brought up is that some individuals chase acceptance by looking down on black people. They think when they drag people down, they will automatically go up to be white. No, that's not how life goes. That's not how life goes. It doesn't go that way. Even at a workplace, you don't get a promotion by putting somebody down, by firing other people. That's not what qualifies you to be promoted. And whether that's true for a particular person or not, history has shown that attacking another group has never made anyone more respected. Look at whites. They have been trying to bring people down, black people down, but where are they? Where are they? It only exposes prejudice, stereotypes. And let's be honest, black women have contributed so much to fashion, so much to music, so much to entertainment, so much to business, education, and culture around the world. Yet despite all that, they still end up becoming targets of unnecessary criticism. And that says more about the people spreading hate than it does about the women they are attacking. If you are so obsessed with the people who don't even know you, who don't care about you, they're just there living their own life, while you are there busy being obsessed by them. You are the one who is killing yourself with some depression. And I also think that it's really important to remember that the racist comments online don't represent an entire, community. Every community has people who reject racism. Every community has people who sadly embrace it. I can put it sadly. They embrace it. So let's keep the focus where it really belongs, on the individuals choosing to spread hate. Now, another thing that also kept, coming is about the confidence. Now, when people are secure in themselves, they usually don't spend their time attacking strangers, online. When you feel you are secure, you don't have time to mind other people's business. You do your own business. But insecurity often looks for, someone else to put down. Someone who is weaker, somebody who is cheaper, somebody you've never met. I'm not trying to mean black people are weaker. No, but black people are mostly considered as a threat because it's hard to bring them down. So people will try their way to bring that person down. But that's not something that has seemed to work in as far as history is concerned. You see, because I don't really understand. Why would you do this? So I think that's why these comparisons, make so little sense, that you can hate somebody you've never met. These women don't know each other. They're not competing. They're simply living their lives. And somebody is there in her country, another one is in her country. So why manufacture, a rivalry that doesn't even make sense, that doesn't even exist? And here's a meaningful question. Like, what do you profit? Okay? What do you profit from bringing black people down as an Asian? What exactly do you profit? And here's the thing, like something I think black people should continue doing. Don't let, random hateful posts define your worth. Okay, it's always good to define yourself before you let other people define you. Social media rewards outrage, but outrage isn't reality. Your value doesn't disappear because somebody behind a camera or somebody behind anonymous account says something cruel. No, keep building, keep succeeding, keep supporting one another. This issue of Asian, a boycott, the wealthy transfer has to keep going. As far as many black people are supporting, I also support if that thing is what the black community needs, because at the end of the day, confidence, character, and achievements speak much louder than racist posts that never will. You see, your achievements is what will put you on the map, not racism. So that's the conversation we should be having, not who can insert whom, but why some people feel the need to spread the hate in the first place. People who have never met them, they have never attacked them, and they will never meet in life. Why? It doesn't make sense. There are Asians who even acknowledge that these black people, they fought a good fight. When we Asians were not accepted in America, these black people were the ones who accepted us. These black people, they fought battles that opened doors for even us as Asians. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know what your take on this video is. Let's discuss in the comment section. But for now, I love that you came. If this is your first time, please subscribe for more of the discussions.